is championship game time for the second annual Top of the Peak tournament here at Glacier Peak High School in beautiful Snohomish, Washington. I'm Mark Ockett along with Todd Elvig bringing you the action live from Glacier Peak as we have an all North Puget Sound League matchup in the championship game featuring the Todd Beamer Titans out of South Federal Way and the Kentridge Chargers out of Kent, Washington. Great to have you with us as our championship game sponsor, presenting sponsor, Speedway Chevrolet in Monroe, part of the Lee Johnson family, and you can catch them at speedwaychevrolet.com. Other great sponsors we'll mention along the way as these two teams get set to get after it. Championship game time. And what do you got? A new bell and whistle on the floor there. Look at this for the starters. Taking the camera down for the wireless for the starting lineups. Let me get to those as well. First of all, for the Todd Beamer Titans, their head coach is Corey Alexander. He is in his 8th season. And to start things off, a 5'9 senior guard, Sheree Trotter. Also a 6'1 senior forward, Halo Parks. And also starting as a guard, a 5'2 senior, and that would be Najaya Forks. Starting, and she is a good one here, 5'9 senior guard, Aaliyah Alexander, and a 6' senior forward, Brooklyn Humphrey. Again, head coach Corey Alexander, assistant Bria Rice, and also Diane Alexander and Dan Afwork. Now the starting lineup for the Kentridge Chargers. Their head coach is Brad McDowell. He's in his 2nd season as head coach, 12th season overall. He was an assistant coach at Kentridge for 10 years. Starting off, 5'7 sophomore wing, Allie Thoinum. Also starting as a 5'9 senior guard, Kiernan Denkla. 5'7 senior guard, Dela Belina. A 5'7 junior wing, Martina Lamb. And a 6' sophomore post player, Naomi Hall Schiffer. Assistant coaches, Jessica Amundsen and Bill Johnson. And if you noticed anything a little different there, it's because Jordan Jenkins is not in the starting lineup and kind of it went into the bleachers the other day. And from what we indication was on the knee right there, so she's not in the lineup for this one, and hopefully just a minor injury there. She is headed to the University of Southern California and will play in the Pac-12, so that's a big assignment right there. You want to wish her the very, very best in her recovery from that, and was playing hard and got hurt in the game. Well, 4 of 4 here, Todd. This is the final one right here. Beamer in their green uniforms, Kentridge in the whites, as Kentridge and Beamer set to tip off here. And we're about to get underway. How about it? Let's do it. Game number 4. And the 12th of 12 games, the final one right here in the second annual Top of the Peak tournament. And there will be more of these great Top of the Peak tournaments coming up. And we'll have them for you in the future as well on STSPN.com. It's going to be fun to watch these matchups, especially early on as the teams establish themselves out on the court. Oops. Trotter, who averages 9 points per game, handling the basketball. She had 11 on Friday. Good block. How about that? As it's going to go to Kentridge right now, and they'll come out of backcourt on the offensive end for the first time in the game. Just getting underway. Very exciting. I'll recap how the games have gone so far as we go along in this broadcast worldwide on STSPN.com. You can see us anywhere down in Antarctica, as long as they have a feed down there and they can get on the web. You can see us in Antarctica. So if anybody's down there at the bottom of the earth, we want to say hello to you and try not to freeze.
Well, we'd like to have somebody from there, because I don't think when I'm looking at the list I've ever seen Antarctica.
Well, I'd like to see that myself. So we have 2 shots coming up as drive to the paint right there, and it's going to be a foul against Kentridge. That foul is going to go against Denkla. That's her first foul, first team foul, and at the foul line with 2 shots is Alexander. And she had a really good game on Friday, 23 points. Averages 19.6 assists. So are you able to see who we have internationally at the moment, or would that be just asking too much?
I could go take a look here in a second.
Yeah, it's kind of fun to see who joins us. Alexander connects on the second one. So it's a 1-0 lead. Somebody's on the scoreboard. 6:45 to go. First quarter action. We've been looking forward to this one. all of them are a lot of fun. You get to the championship game and go, okay, how's this going to shake out? Especially two teams from the North Puget Sound League. It's played out that way. Alexander short on the shot.
Good
Tie
teams,
up,
too.
and we've got a held ball. That one is going the other direction. Back to Kentridge. I'm talking things over a little bit. Corey Alexander in his 8th season. Head coach knows these officials pretty well through the years. Kentridge averaging 67.1 points per game, but Todd, get this. They allow only 42 per game for a differential of plus 25.1. That's big right there.
Absolutely.
But haven't been able to get things going offensively as of yet. Coming up on 2 minutes into the first quarter here at Glacier Peak. Underneath, out of bounds. Last touch by Kentridge. Kentridge, a great, proud sports tradition. They won the first high school football championship when it was reorganized and set and certified in 1973. There's a soft touch. Coming through is Halo Parks. So it is 3-0 to get things going. Todd Beamer on top. Just a little bit north of Fife as you're heading to Tacoma. One of 4 Federal Way schools, the high schools. Thomas Jefferson, Decatur, Federal Way, and Todd Beamer, which just came on in the last 10 years or so. Looks like it's going to be turned back over. Kentridge just trying to find their groove here early on. It hasn't been happening as of yet. We got officials timeout on the floor as Beamer will have it right here. Looks like so far the clock, which there's been some problems with in the tournament, is not acting up as of yet. We'll be glad to give them a name of somebody that can put a brand new system in. we know who can that could be. We'll call Daktronics in South Dakota and get that taken care of real easily. Kentridge in front court. And that's a great steal right there. A tap by one player and it goes to the other one. Taking it home is Forks. And it is 5-0 Beamer. Timeout call, 5:07 to go here in the first quarter. All Beamers so far on STSPN.com.
We are all frustrated with the high cost of heating and cooling our homes. At GNS, we are completely changing the way you keep your home comfortable. Because we are Snohomish County's premier Lennox dealer, we can design a perfect system for you, one that will save you a lot of money on your utility bill. The Lennox Home Comfort System creates the ideal home environment. Enjoy innovation in every season with precise, quietly efficient Lennox heat pumps that keep your life simply perfect. Call GNS Heating, Cooling, and Electric today or visit us at gsheating.com.
Great shot as we're getting some ideas down. Look at that from the bench as to what's going on. Hey, Todd, who do you have on Photog as the wireless cameraman for this one? Get some really good shots.
That is Jeff Madsen. He's also a referee.
Oh, I know that name. Sure, Jeff Madsen. Thank you, Jeff. Love getting those angles. Kentridge with the basketball down 5-0, almost 3 minutes into the first quarter. Not scoring as of yet as it's been Beamer getting the job done. Driving through. Count that. They finally break it. Martina Lamb, her first 2 points of the game, and she will have a foul shot. Team fouls now even at 1. No, that's good. Well, they put a second one up there. I don't think that's right. Foul will go against Brooklyn Humphrey, her first. So a basket good on the foul shot. Beamer's quick. They pop out there. You see that. And both these teams doing well, going deep into the postseason last year. As the clock was winding down, and finally a travel call against Beamer. Let's do some reporting here on how things went. For Todd Beamer, they went 16-4 in regular season play, won 10 in a row to close it out. They finished with a flurry. They were 6-4 and then finished at 16-4. 3-3 in the postseason. Got to the regionals, not to state, but still getting to regionals is a big accomplishment. Went 3-3 in the postseason, 19-7 overall. That's a very respectable season there for the Todd Beamer Titans. Stolen away. Beamer's third turnover. Kentridge. Yep. Sweet music that time, and he's got to get back on defense. That was Molina scoring the basket. We got a foul at the end. That foul is going to go against Molina. She had some separation between her and her teammate. It'll be the second team foul called against Kentridge, and we got 2 shots coming up. At the foul line is Sheree Trotter, her first point of the game. Beamer is 2 for 3 from the foul line. Chance to make it 3 for 4. Not going to happen, but they get the rebound. They're just up by the 1 point, so it was tied there for the first time. We got a foul on the second attempt, and that'll bring 2 shots. Another foul coming up against Kentridge, which will be their third team foul. Foul goes against Carissa Geyer, her first. And once again, heading to the foul line, looks familiar. Trotter, 2 shots, a shooting foul. First one in. Checking in for Kentridge will be Ameri Pastores. 2-point lead for Beamer. The biggest lead has been 5 at 5-0 to get things started. Then a timeout was called by Kentridge to slow things down. And since that time, they've outscored them 5-2, finding their footing a little bit. 3:37 to go here in the first quarter. Our championship game for the top of the Peak tournament. Last year, Glacier Peak won it, and they did win today, 86-46. So they still finished up strong in the tournament. Beamer strong the other direction. Look at that off the glass. Did she count it? I'll make sure. Make sure it's not an offensive foul. Count the basket. Coming through will be Hardwell. Ollie Hardwell makes the basket, her first 2 points of the game. 4th team foul. Foul is going to go against Molina. That would be her second foul. Hardwell, a chance to make it a 5-point lead again. Off the left side of the room. We had a lot of missed foul shots today. Lake Stevens really had a battle in their game until they finally find their stroke. That's Trotter again. 11-5. She's got some good moves out there. Colleges are looking at her. 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. Kick out pass to the right side, driving the paint. Beamer good, forcing him outside. Stay with a man-on-man. And it works. Oh, now they get it back. It really didn't change possession. It was just loose. Now it's going to go to Todd Beamer. Out of bounds, last touch by Kentridge. 6-point lead for the Titans, 2:28 left in the first quarter. Into the game for Kentridge will be Trinity Schanbeck. Schanbeck is just a freshman. She's the only freshman on the Kentridge roster. They have 3 seniors, 5 juniors, 2 sophomores. That's a good combination. Experience and more good young players coming up the ranks. Alexander forced outside. 5 on the shot clock, underhand, beautiful. That gets done by Forks. 4 points, down to 2 minutes to go. First quarter action, it's 13-5, an 8-point lead. Beamer up by the biggest lead in the game for them. Kentridge is not led in this one. Good sportsmanship there to have the opponent off the floor. Foul goes against Beamer. Second team foul, and that one is called against Forks, her first. Oops. Threw it too far. Kentridge with a third turnover, and that doesn't end well. It's going to go out of bounds. Beamer has 5. One of those situations where there was a whole lot of nothing coming out of all that. Now in the front court. She had the right idea, just didn't have enough on the shot. Oh, excellent pass. She can't close it. Oh my goodness. Hardwell finding her. And then Trotter didn't get it done at the very end there. And to add insult to injury, Trotter's going to be called for the foul, her first third-team foul. We've got a timeout on the floor. Full timeout has been called by Kentridge. By Beamer. 1:25 to go in the first quarter. It is Todd Beamer Titans 13, Kentridge Chargers 5 on STSPN.com.
Every year, thousands of groups depend on Adrenaline Fundraising to help reach their financial goals. Adrenaline Fundraising is about developing leaders through commitment, work ethic, and follow-through. Adrenaline has several products including gold cards, coupon books, cookie dough, donation programs, and many other options to help teams raise the funds needed for their programs. Adrenaline's new app called UpPay will help teams raise money while providing their supporters the ability to earn cash back on everyday purchases at places like Starbucks, Nike, Red Robin, and over 200 plus national retailers. Adrenaline Fundraising is this season's sponsor of the STSPN's Play of the Game Award.
Just seeing there the Adrenaline Fundraising Player of the Game t-shirts. We've awarded 3 of them today already and 11 of them in the tournament. And we'll do it again for the Player of the Game of this championship game here at Glacier Peak High School. Again, thank you to Brian Hill for putting this together so well with these great teams in the tournament. Brian, the head coach at Glacier Peak for the girls in his 12th season. And Glacier Peak with another very good team with a big win earlier. The most entertaining game so far, no doubt, was Lake Stevens and Eastlake. That was our first game today that went to overtime. Travel. Kentridge, 4th turnover. Yeah, that was something. Lake Stevens had a real tough time through 3 quarters, and they were down by 14, 38 to 24 at the end of 3 quarters. And then just exploded, looking great defensively to get things started, then offensively in that 4th quarter against Eastlake, the defending 4A state champions. That's going to go out of bounds. They came back and did a tremendous job outscoring Eastlake 27 to 13 in the 4th quarter. Just really putting the hammer down. Reagan Reed, 16 points in the 4th quarter. It took her to 20, and then she scored 7 more in overtime as Lake Stevens came away with a 64 to 57 victory in overtime, and that's coming off a double overtime win a couple of days ago against Snohomish. So very impressive game for Lake Stevens.
Yeah,
that foul was going to go on Hardwell, her first 4th team foul, and at the line, 2 shots will be Pastores. Go ahead, Todd.
No, they're a good club. I mean, I think the RPI is representing them well.
Yeah, they came in with an RPI of being 3rd in the state. That says a lot right there. Gets that second one in there. And they're going to reset things in 48.8 seconds left to go here in the first quarter. Trotter will inbound. She goes right to Forks. These 2 teams will not play each other in regular season conference play in the North Puget Sound League. Miss on that one is Kentridge, down by 7 points, has a chance to creep a little bit closer here. Underneath, a foul driving to the basket. It's going to be 2 shots for De La Bellina. That foul goes against Hardwell, her second. Team foul number 5. 14 fouls have been called against Kentridge so far. Heading to the foul line is Belina. She's got 2 points. This is her first trip to the foul line with a little over 26 seconds to go. These two teams are in separate divisions.
Well, that's another thing about how hard it is for Brian to set this up, because you can't have teams that play each other at this.
Exactly. Three-pointer. Alexander drops that one in. 16-7. It is a 9-point lead for Todd Beamer. Alexander looking smooth with the shot. Down it goes. That's a three-pointer. Pastores comes through. And at the end of one quarter, that was a big basket for Kentridge. It is Beamer 16 and Kentridge 10 here on STSPN.com.
McDaniel Center is located in beautiful Snohomish, Washington. Locally owned and operated for over 40 years, they are proud to provide the Snohomish Valley with exceptional hardware, tools, lawn and garden, and sporting goods products. Their commitment to delivering legendary customer service and their outstanding employees continue to make McDaniel's the best and one of the most recognized do-it-best centers in the nation. Stop by and experience for yourself the difference between McDaniel's and the big box stores. Discover why so many people are choosing to shop at McDaniel's.
Advertisement there for McDaniel's Do-It Center, located here in beautiful Snohomish, locally owned and operated by the McDaniel family for over 40 years. Happy to provide Snohomish, Monroe, Lake Stevens, Everett, and Snohomish County with exceptional hardware, tools, lawn and garden, and sporting good products, including ammo. So there you go, 16-10 is the score. Todd Beamer is up by 6 points. They have 3 players as their leading scorer with 4 points each. That would be Trotter, Forks, and Alexander. On the other side, the leading scorer is Pastores. She has 4 points. Player hitting the deck right there, and it's just going to be out of bounds. Going back to Kentridge. 7 turnovers for Todd Beamer. They're up by 6. 16-10, so Pastores has 4. Belina hit 3 points, 2 points for Lamb, and 1 point for Denkla. Kentridge trying to close the gap. They've been down by as much as 9 points in this one. It's been all pretty much Beamer. Got tied in the first quarter, then Beamer pulled ahead. That's going to go against the Titans. Trotter called for her second foul, 6th team foul. Belina is going to play college basketball at Southern Utah. And we got a foul. That's going to be called against Kentridge in the back court. Pastores called for her first foul, 5th team foul. Kentridge has not had the lead in this game. Coming back in is Hardwell for the Todd Beamer Titans. Her cousin, Kamara Hardwell, who wears number 11, we haven't seen in this game, is her, yeah, she's out there, her cousin on the bench. Alexander. Oh, that was nice, only she flipped it back to a Beamer player, but still great effort, great intention. Hardwell drops it in, got 4 points. Back to an 8-point lead for the Titans over a minute into this second quarter. We started pretty close to on time in this one. Only just a few minutes off, about 5 minutes off. Things got thrown off with the first game, not that we minded. The overtime contest with Lake Stevens winning in overtime. Traveling has been called against Kentridge. That is their 5th turnover. In for the Chargers will be Kiernan Denklin at 1 point, and that was from the line in the first quarter. 8 points a game is what she averages, and 8 rebounds. Kentridge 2 for 5 from the stripe. She thought shot, then she thought better of it. Sometimes you're just too far out. Traveling call. Goes against Alexander, and it's going to come back the other direction. So Todd Beamer made it to the 4A regionals. That got them all the way up till February 23rd, and then they lost to Rogers of Puyallup in a close one, 49-45, the final score in that game. Step in move, made it look easy. Great looking play right there. Coming through is Lamb. Now she's got 4 points, 2 in each quarter. 5:57 to go in the second quarter. It's a 6-point game. Wow. In the early going, all 4 of these games have looked very similar with a pretty good sized gap between the two teams. And in the second and third games, that gap did not shorten up. That's a great looking spin move by Belina, and she cuts it to a 4-point deficit. You'd like to see a really good, entertaining game here in the 4th and final game of the day and 12th and final of the tournament. 18-14, Beamer up by 4 points. Alexander, a little rough off the rim that time. Fighting for the rebound. It's going to go out of bounds. Last touch by Beamer. Great opportunity for Kentridge to close it to 2 or 1, depending what they could possibly get right here. Chargers will work it out of backcourt. One of 4 schools in the Kent High School District. That would be a big one from outside. A little too much on that one. They get the board, drives in, yes! Taking it in is Lamb, and she will have a foul shot too. Kentridge closing the gap a little bit more. That'll be team foul number 7 against Beamer. And 1 foul shot is coming for Lamb. That foul is going against Humphrey, her second. It shots the rest of the way. There's 4:54 left to go second quarter. And that shot is right on the money. 5 points in the quarter for Lamb. She averages 6 per game. And she has 7 overall in this one. It's a 1-point game, 18-17. Kentridge was down by 9. They've closed the gap. Have taken 8 off that deficit. Beamer. Big sky shot out there. Thought that might drop, and the rebound by Hardwell as they get a fresh 30 on the clock. 4:30 to go second quarter as Beamer has led throughout, except that one when it was tied earlier. Nice ball movement. They're just having trouble.
Really good.
They really are. They're just having trouble with those shots falling, the field goals. They just keep getting the boards. They'll get another crack at it here. And again, you get fresh 30 seconds on the shot clock. Some back and forth passing, waiting for something to develop here. She had a great shot, just couldn't get it to fall. Traveling. Oh, they worked so hard. And now Kentridge will get the ball back, and they have a great opportunity to take the lead for the first time in this game. Alexander will check back in. They want to make sure everything is set. 4:02 to go, second quarter. And Kentridge down by 1 point, but coming into front court here. Again, they have not led in this game. Look at that, 3 ball, no, off the mark. Strong rebound, skying for that time is Hardwell. Quick with the outlet, now back to Hardwell. That's going to go off her fingertips out of bounds. Well, Beamer's hurting themselves too in the turnover department. They have 10 turnovers. I just have Kentridge for 5. Beamer has 3 seniors, 2 juniors, and 4 sophomores. Total of 9 on the roster. They don't have any swing players up from JV. Some teams will do that. We've seen that to a degree. Now a travel on the other end. Still just sitting there with that 1-point lead, Todd, is Beamer hanging on, and they get the ball back.
Well, their rebounding is what's keeping them in it.
Sure is.
They're going to have to drop a few if they want to take care
Yeah. Rebounds excellent, but they don't count as baskets. Alexander, she got fouled.
Oh, that hurt.
Blocking foul on the baseline. That time trying to shut her down was Geyer, and that's her second foul. 16 foul. And heading to the line is Alexander. She so far is 1 for 2 from the line. Has a grand total of 4 points. She also hit a 3-point basket in that first quarter.
You know, I think these girls are a lot tougher than I am.
Now, you did do 12 years in the Navy, so don't sell yourself short.
It's true. Boy, when I see
First one is made. Alexander, again, averaging 19.6 rebounds per game. Ouch, that comes out of there. 2-point lead for Beamer. Keep in mind they've led by as much as 9 points here in the first half. Handling the basketball will be Denklin. Needs a little help, though. Finally outside to the left side, coming through, and good ball handler is Molina. Ooh, off the rim, and we've seen a lot of that here in this first half. They get a fresh 30, though, under 3 minutes to go, and thrown away. 7th turnover for the Chargers. Also a special thanks to another one of our great longtime sponsors, Fred's Rivertown Ale House in Snohomish, named top 10 places in the USA for holiday cheer by USA Today. And it's still the holidays, so stop by for some holiday cheer. New Year's Eve tomorrow night, New Year's Day on Wednesday, and then we get going with 2020 vision. Push off. Alexander will have 2 shots. Going to the line for the 3rd time in this game, and she had a great stretch a couple of days ago. Foul is on Denklin. 2nd foul, 17th foul. Teams are even at 17 fouls, and here's Alexander. Yes. 5, make that 6 points in the game. Into the game for Kentridge will be Foynham. And she hits them both. 4-point lead for Beamer as they get a little cushion. Well, you got to hand it to Kentridge for coming back so well and trimming 8 points off that 9-point deficit. Quick pass, quick shot. Maybe she should have taken just a tad longer to sight that one in. 2:25 to go in the second quarter as Beamer will come out of backcourt. It looks like an offensive foul to me. Who's that gentleman calling out the foul right there as Hardwell gets called for her 3rd foul, 18th foul?
Robert Polk.
Robert Polk, who is the district athletic director for the Everett Public Schools. That means he oversees 3 high schools, Jackson, Everett, and Cascade.
Yes, he does.
Keeps you on top of things.
Busy.
Yeah. Kentridge will have the ball, and checking back in is going to be Forks. 2:17 to go, second quarter. Pass kicked out. Yes, that was nice. That's just 2 points, though, but still, great-looking basket. It's going to go back to Beamer, so just 2 points on that, but still, that's the kind of shot that keeps you in games with 2:06 to go in the second quarter. Yeah, give her a little room coming into front court as Alexander with the pass. She's been a lot of fun to watch. Handles the ball well. Well, 3 seconds called. Beamer with their 11th turnover in the game. Last year, Kentridge finished 3rd in 4A with a 70-60 win at the very end over Bellarmine Prep on March 2nd. Yeah, we definitely had some postseason royalty in this tournament. Oh, it gets done. Everybody was taking a deep breath going, is she going to pop that in there? 4 points in the quarter for Belina and 7 in the game. 3 field goals for her and a foul shot. We got Blackjack on the board, Todd, not the Rush album 21-12, but 21 apiece. All tied up for the second time. Ooh, big miss. Kentridge gets the ball. They can take the lead. Almost throw it away back there in backcourt as we're coming up on a minute to go in the second quarter. I want to remind you, at the halftime break, we'll shut it down. Oh! Oh, Belina! She cuts through traffic, gets it done. And Kentridge has her first lead of the game. Oh, man. That was picturesque. 45 seconds to go, second quarter. As Beamer's down for the first time, trailing by 2. Up top, she's going to take that one. Doesn't connect on the 3-ball. Halo Parks, who got the start in this one. Kentridge coming out of backcourt, plenty of time. 20 on the shot clock, 27 on the quarter clock here in the second quarter. If there's a foul, team's going to the foul line. Now 10 on the shot clock. Up high, backs it up, 5 on the shot clock. You're about to think about something being done here. Oh, almost. She's really tough inside like that. Rebound, 5 seconds on the quarter clock, shot clock dead, and that is good. They're getting the rebound and driving in for the basket will be Trotter, and we are at halftime. Oh, this is a beauty in the championship. We are tied at 23 apiece. It is Todd Beamer Titans 23, Kentridge Chargers 23. And in the quarter, Kentridge coming through with 13 points. Todd Beamer just with 7, and that explains why we are tied. Halftime, great second half will be coming your way. We'll take a break, come back in about 9 minutes here on STSPN.com. You're going to want to stay with us.
We are all frustrated with the high cost of heating and cooling our homes. At GNS, we are completely changing the way you keep your home comfortable. Because we are Snohomish County's premier Lennox dealer, we can design a perfect system for you, one that will save you a lot of money on your utility bill. The Lennox Home Comfort System creates the ideal home environment. Enjoy innovation in every season with precise, quietly efficient Lennox heat pumps that keep your life simply perfect. Call GNS Heating, Cooling, and Electric today or visit us at gsheating.com.
Oh, I don't have any. I'm not using any Wi-Fi. Oh, the wireless works perfect. There's not any disturbance at all.
McDaniel's Do It Center is located in beautiful Snohomish, Washington. Locally owned and operated for over 40 years, they are proud to provide the Snohomish Valley with exceptional hardware, tools, lawn and garden, and sporting goods products. Their commitment to delivering legendary customer service and their outstanding employees continue to make McDaniel's the best and one of the most recognized do-it-best centers in the nation. Stop by and experience for yourself the difference between McDaniel's and the big box stores. Discover why so many people are choosing to shop at McDaniel's.
Thousands of groups depend on Adrenaline Fundraising to help reach their financial goals. Adrenaline Fundraising is about developing leaders through commitment, work ethic, and follow through. Adrenaline has several products including gold cards, coupon books, cookie dough, donation programs, and many other options to help teams raise the funds needed for their programs. Adrenaline's new app called UpPay will help teams raise money while providing their supporters the ability to earn cash back on everyday purchases at places like Starbucks, Nike, Red Robin, and over 200 plus national retailers. Adrenaline Fundraising is this season's sponsor of the STSPN's Play of the Game Award.
Since 2003, Gamut 360 Holdings has been recognized as a premier local builder of new homes and commercial properties in the Puget Sound area. Our 360-degree construction approach matches first-class materials with the highest construction standards to create truly unique and timeless communities for our Northwest neighborhoods. Visit Gamut360.com and discover the home that matters most to you.
It's a brand new game. It's going to be a fun second half, and we are really happy to have you with us on STSPN.com. If you've gone the distance for all 12, you are amazing. Thank you so much. We've had 4 today, and it's going to come down to the final 16 minutes in regulation, unless it goes further with overtime. We've already had 1 overtime game today, and right now the game here in our championship contest is tied at 23 between the Todd Beamer Titans and the Kentridge Chargers. Both teams from the North Puget Sound League, different divisions. And so they get a chance to see each other for the only time this year in a championship game in a midseason tournament. That's pretty good living right there. Now taking a look at the first quarter, Todd Beamer led 16-10. So they won that quarter, and then Kentridge came back and won the second quarter, outscoring Beamer 13-7. 17 fouls committed by Kentridge in the first half, 8 for Beamer in the first half. The leading scorer is Leah Alexander for Beamer at 7 points, followed by Sheree Trotter, who has 6. 9 points for Dela Belina is the leading scorer for Kentridge, followed by Martina Lamb, as she has a total of 8 points. And here we go, fans, it's time. Kentridge in the white uniforms, they will be going from right to left on your screen. Just getting underway, second half action. On STSPN.com, I'm Mark Ockett with Todd Elvig. And that one's taken away. Kentridge now with 8 turnovers in the game. Here comes Beamer out of backcourt. Now, Beamer had the biggest lead of the 2 teams in the first half, up by 9 points. Kentridge, the lead just once at 23-21 before Beamer tied it up. It's been tied twice, very early on at 5, and then when it was at 20, well, actually, it's been tied 3 times. 21 also, and then 23. Underneath. That's out of bounds. 7:16 to go in the third quarter. As Kentridge will have the basketball, Beamer in the green. They got the Titan logo. You look at it from a distance, and they know it's not the WSU logo, but it's kind of like, oh, what is that on there? So they got the Titan up on the left side. There's the Chargers and the miss. Oh, I'm surprised there wasn't a foul. Looks like she swung her arm pretty hard. Forks gets the basket. Lead switching hands for the second time. That is going to put Beamer back up on top over a minute into the third quarter. So, yeah, I was talking about you have the 4 schools in the Federal Way School District and 4 high schools in the Kent School District. Kentridge, Kent Meridian, Kent Lake, Kentwood.
Kent Meridian's the one I always forget.
That's going to go out of bounds and stay with them. So, yeah. Oh, Kent Meridian?
Yeah.
No, okay. That's the closest one actually to Kent. It was a combination years ago of Kent High School and Meridian High School merging. And so they became the Kent Meridian Royals. And Kentridge was the second to open up down there. Basket is good. There is Halo Parks. Boy. Great shot. 4-point lead for Beamer. Minute and a half into the third quarter, up 27-23. Off the fingertips of Kentridge. Turnover. Number 9. Then you had Kentwood go online quite a few years ago, followed by the last one, which would be Kent Lake. I don't think they can go any further out to the east, and suddenly they run into becoming Ravensdale. Or perhaps the Cascade Mountain Range. A little tough for the commute. And down in Federal Way, I think Federal Way was the first one. Thomas Jefferson the second, Decatur, and then Beamer. Missed shot, 2 minutes into the third quarter, and Kentridge will have the basketball, chance to get it down. Now we had an elbow. That's going to be an offensive foul. And the foul goes against Kentridge's Naomi Hall-Schiffer, her first team foul against either team. 5:56 to go in the third quarter. Live from Glacier Peak High School. STSPN.com. We got lots of regular season and postseason basketball games coming up for high school, for girls and boys. Count that, and a foul, no doubt about it. Trotter's got a chance at a 3-point play coming up, and she's a solid player. Foul is going to go against Allie Fullingham That is her first foul, team foul number 2. And so Trotter's going to go to the foul line. So far, she is 2 for 4 from the line. Also hit 3 field goals, 9 points in the game. And she is the leading scorer for Beamer and tied for the lead with De La Bellina, each with 9. There it is. Well, as she made it, so now she has 9. 30-23. It's back up to a 7-point lead for Beamer, their second biggest lead of the game. Here we go. Look at that. Almost a pick by Alexander. There is going to be a foul called against Kentridge. That's going to go against Bellina. That would be her third foul, third team foul. And Alexander is set to inbound by the scorer's table at midcourt.
Boy, that's just some quality reffing there by that.
It really was. He was right on top of it. Beamer with the basketball. And it's stolen on the interception. 12th turnover for the Titans in this one. Here comes Kentridge out of back court. See the defense tighten up. Oh, off the rim. Beamer gets the board. Chance to match their biggest lead with 2. Take their biggest lead with a 3 ball. Steps in, misses the shot. Looks like she's going to get her own rebound. And then throws it off a Kentridge player wisely. That's Forks who got control of it. And now substitutions on both sides. Just under 5 minutes to go here in the third quarter. We got a timeout called by Beamer, 30-23. The Titans lead by 7 with 4:58 to go in the third quarter on STSPN.com. We're back live at Glacier Peak High School, second annual Top of the Peak tournament, taking place once again just after the Christmas holiday and between New Year's, before New Year's. Beamer gets the ball, good. Oh, that was a great catch and move, but she couldn't close it out. That's Trotter. And here comes Kentridge getting the rebound and into front court, and these baskets are important. Clock is not a factor yet, but when you're down by 7 points and have not scored yet, so far in the second half, third quarter, you need to start looking at getting your offense going. We got a foul. That was a late foul. It'll bring 2 shots. Geyer going to the foul line. She caught a break right there. Foul goes against Halo Parks, her first. First team foul against Beamer in the second half. These are big foul shots coming up right here for Geyer. Got to do something to close that gap. Oh, way short. Kentridge with 3 team fouls, 1 for Beamer. Ouch. She missed them both. Well, that's the kind of thing you don't want to do. 4:27 to go, third quarter, as Todd Beamer will have the basketball and a chance to build up that lead some more. Parks will come out of backcourt. Parks averaging 9.5 per game. Had 13 in the opener on Friday. Working it around, 4 seconds on the shot clock. Need a sense of urgency right here. And the shot clock will go off. It did not draw iron. Therefore, with exactly 4 minutes to go in the third quarter, it gives the ball back to Kentridge. And into the lineup for the Chargers, returning Naomi Hall-Schiffer. She is just a sophomore and averages 10 points and 8 rebounds per game. Does not have any points in this one, though. Underneath they go. That was nice. Pass from Denklin and the basket by Bellina. She now has 11 points. That's how you find your teammate, underneath, and Bellina is really good down low in the paint. Foul. That's going to send Trotter to the line. She's already got 9 points and is 3 for 5 from the foul line. 14 foul against Kentridge. Foul goes against Hall-Schiffer, her second. Again, Trotter at the line. Important on their end, too, to maintain that gap. Connects on that one. Beamer's now 8 for 13 from the foul line. Yep. On the other side, Kentridge is 3 for 8. That's 5 points right there. They're down by 7. Miss. Again, the great hustle underneath. Coming through, missing the shot, but getting fouled is Belina. That foul is going to go against Aaliyah Alexander. First foul, second team. And will send Belina to the foul line. 11 points in the game. She's 1 for 2 from the stripe. Attempted those foul shots in the first quarter.
So I'm not going to doubt you again on 4 games.
No, please don't. The opportunity presents itself. I feel great in game number 4. Ooh, travel. So Belina makes 1 of 2, up to 12 points, but a travel gives it right back to the Kentridge Chargers. Down by 6 points, 3:13 to go, third quarter action. Inbound pass, not enough space to fire a three-point off. She thought about it.
She's got to put it up.
Look at that. And a miss by Belina. Quick rebound. We got another 2 shots coming. This time it will be Naomi Hall-Schiffer going to the foul line with 2.
32-26 with 3:09 left.
Yeah.
And I got to tell you, they are going to that stripe.
They really are. That's going to be on Hardwell, her 4th. Holly Hardwell with her 4th. Missed shot for Hall-Schiffer. They've struggled from the line here in this second half. They're 1 for 5 from the line in the second half, 4 for 11 in the game. And she finally gets that one to drop. You need to make those. It closes it to a 5-point deficit. Third quarter action, 3:05 to go. Here live at Glacier Peak High School, one of 2 high schools in the Snohomish School District. The other one being 3A Snohomish, the Panthers. Wow, she drains a big 3-ball. That is Aaliyah Alexander now with 10 points, and that is her second 3-pointer of the game. Gives Beamer an 8-point lead, second biggest lead of the game for them. They get a couple of shots at it, can't connect. Now get a possibility of a third and a hack. That's going to send Kentridge to the foul line. Going on board there will be Hall-Schiffer as the foul will go against Beamer. Looks to be against Halo Parks. It is. It's her second foul, third team foul. Kentridge has 4 team fouls. Now she looked really good on that shot. See if she can make it 3 in a row overall. You got to stay with Beamer. Down it goes, perfect. 6-point lead for the Todd Beamer Titans out of Federal Way. Over and back. 14th turnover against Todd Beamer. Are you familiar, Todd, with the Poodle Dog restaurant with the pup room down in Fife?
I'm absolutely not.
Okay, it is one of the great landmarks and fine dining cuisine down there. And Tall Tom and I have some fun with our Poodle Dog sightings. I've been in there several times. But Todd Beamer, you can almost see the Poodle Dog from there. Not to mention the Daffodil Roadside Motel in Fife. Yeah, hourly rates. That ought to give you
I was thinking
an image of how that is.
Yeah.
There you go. Alexander drives in. 5 points here in the third quarter, 12 in the game. It's up to an 8-point lead for Beamer. There are 2 minutes left to go in the third quarter. 10 minutes in regulation. And Beamer holding court was tied at 20. Oh, look at that block. Coming out of there is Trotter. She got up in the air on that one and blocked it back down on the shot attempt.
I thought it was going to hit the camera down there.
Yeah, well, I could see the concern coming over you. Is it Jeff Matson on camera?
It is.
Yeah, we don't want the camera, and certainly not Jeff to get hurt, but as the old broadcast rule goes, the first question is the gear okay?
That's right.
Oh, Alexander let that one fly a little bit too quick. Kentridge will get the basketball coming into front court. It would have counted had it gone in. It's going to be 2 shots instead. And heading to the line once again for the 3rd time here in the 3rd quarter. That is going to be Hall Schiffer. She's 2 for 4 from the line. That's her total points overall. Trotter called for the foul. That's her 3rd foul, 4th team. Well, she's doing a pretty good job finding her groove. She's hit 4 in a row. Helping keep Kentridge in this one. Allie Foynham back into the game for Kentridge. Chance to cut it to a 6-point deficit with 1:29 to go in the 3rd quarter. Does it? 5 for 6 from the line. That's all of her points. A 6-point lead for the Titans. Ball moved well. Shot missed. There's Trotter. Ooh. Well, we got a battle underneath. There's going to be a foul called. Foul is going to be called against Geyer. That's her 3rd. Team fouls are even at 5. Inbound pass coming up. Can't get that to drop. Kentridge with a chance to close the gap. 1:14 to go, 3rd quarter. They are down by 6 points. Their biggest lead, 2 points at 23-21, right before the end of the 1st half, but throw it away. 11th turnover. Good passing right there. Trotter gets it done off the pass from Alexander. Trotter building up her point total. She has 7 in the quarter, 13 in the game, and a timeout has been called by Beamer. They are leading 39-31. STSPN.com. Stay with us.
Did you know that Speedway Chevrolet is part of the Lee Johnson Auto family? That means 84 years of serving you the LJ way. Need a truck? We have the perfect truck to fit your needs. Half tons, 1 ton, 2-wheel drives, and 4-wheel drives. Our finance specialists are here to help you, whether you have good credit or bad credit. We're just off Highway 522 at West Main Street in Monroe.
Lee Johnson Auto Family, the LJ way.
Welcome back, and thank you to Gene Johnson Plumbing. Service is the heart of Gene Johnson Plumbing, a socially responsible company. They feel moved to give back to our community. We're excited to partner with high school sports to make a difference in our community. That's Gene Johnson Plumbing. Where's the head office for them at?
Ballard.
In Ballard. So and they're on the web too. You just go to Gene Johnson Plumbing and you can get a hold of them. Less than a minute to go in the 3rd quarter.
Absolutely, they're a good company.
Kentridge with the basketball. Oh, it's going to be stolen away. Quick hands coming through. And 2. Getting it is Forks. 4 in the quarter, 8 in the game, and it's a 10-point lead for Todd Beamer. This is the biggest lead in the game for the Titans. They were up by 9 at one point in the 1st half. It was tied at halftime as they let that lead get away from them, but now they have built it back up. We got a steal. Another timeout? No, we got a player on the other end. Looking down the other end, we got a player on the floor. Hopefully nothing serious, obviously. Did you get a new headphone unit there?
Why, you're hearing a little static?
I'm looking at it. This one right here, this Pile.
Oh, yeah.
It's not a Pile. That's just the name of the brand. P-Y-L-E. It looks pretty slick.
Yeah, it gives individual control over your.
Yeah, that makes it nice. Well, they sound good. 41-31 is our score, and I'm going to get her to her feet. I tell you, this player that went down looks like she's going to try to walk it off. De La Bellina, who's really played well, hustling on both ends, 12 points, good ball handling overall, getting in there for rebounds. Spent a lot of time in the paint, and she's not a real tall player. Well, I'll tell you, she plays, it's one of those where you go, she plays above her height. She's listed as 5'7". I believe that, but she plays a lot taller than that. She hustles. Hopefully she'll be okay. She's going to sit down on the bench for a little bit. Kentridge still in this game. 23 seconds to go in the third quarter, but Beamer will have the basketball. They are at their biggest lead of the game right now at 10 points. No time on the shot clock. It's dead. Beamer will work for the one shot, 15 on the quarter clock. Trotter back to Alexander. Parks ends up with it again. Yeah.
Wow.
That's a pass from Trotter. They moved it perfectly. 12-point lead for the Titans. Coming to the end of the third quarter, Todd Beamer is leading 43-31 as we'll take it to the fourth quarter. For Todd Beamer, they actually scored 20 points in that quarter and a total of just 8 points for Kentridge. That tells the story right there. Stay with us. More on the way on STSPN.com.
31. We will go to the fourth and final quarter in the national championship game.
Did you know that Speedway Chevrolet is part of the Lee Johnson Auto family? That means 84 years of serving you the LJ way. Need a truck? We have the perfect truck to fit your needs. Half tons, 1 ton, 2-wheel drives, and 4-wheel drives. Our finance specialists are here to help you, whether you have good credit or bad credit. We're just off Highway 522 at West Main Street in Monroe.
Lee Johnson Auto Family, the LJ way.
We back?
Yep.
3 for 3, or rather, we just get going. I was looking at one of the players, Sheree Trotter, at the line in this half, 3 for 3, and helping out with 7 points. As she has a grand total of 13 in the game. It's been a big factor for Beamer as to why they're up. There she is, underneath, out the pass from Alexander. Boy, just talking about her, and she comes through with her first 2 of the fourth quarter. Now it is a 14-point lead for Beamer as they're starting to pull away. This is their biggest lead of the game. Blocking foul. That'll bring 2 shots for Kentridge.
Personal foul number 32.
Foul is going to go against Brooklyn Humphrey, her third. Team foul number 6. Now, this player listed number 33 for Kentridge. They didn't. I asked if there's any call-ups, and they said no. Let's double check here. So I'm not sure who this is. Unless somebody switched jerseys. Well, whoever it is made the basket to make it a 13-point game. Yeah, she's not listed. I always ask, too, did you call anybody up from JV? And they'll tell you, but I don't know. Somehow she slipped through the cracks. We're just going to go with 33.
Yeah.
Missed shot, Kentridge goes the other way. They still have a shot, but you got to start making baskets consistently. Out of bounds last touch by Kentridge. 12th turnover. Beamer gets it back with 6:58 to go in the fourth quarter. We saw him carry a box of T-shirts across the way, so I think they've got those for the championship team. T-shirts are big as giveaways. We're not allowed to give cash.
It doesn't look as good on social media either. It's like holding up a dollar bill.
Accepting a dollar bill is. See, and the thing is, too, as that goes out of bounds, and we will have the selection of the Adrenaline Fundraising Player of the Game, which is accompanied by a T-shirt. All right, here's good news. Delina's back into the game, so she's able to get past that injury. Pastores will come out. Delina has 12 points in the game.
She's moving pretty good for that being hurt.
And on the other side, I'd say Trotter. She hasn't won yet, has she? She's still eligible? Is she T-shirt eligible? Picked off. Here comes Beamer out of backcourt. They can take some time here. Work it down towards the 6-minute mark. Team foul-wise, Beamer has 6. Kentridge has 5. Oh, 360. Beautiful move by Parks. Ha-ha, made it work. 8 points for Halo Parks. What's not to like about that game, Halo Parks? That's got Media Darling written all over it. There's Schiffer. Hall Schiffer connects. We got a timeout. 47-34. Todd Beamer is up by 13 points. 5:49 left to go in the fourth quarter here on STSPN.com.
We are all frustrated with the high cost of heating and cooling our homes. At GNS, we are completely changing the way you keep your home comfortable. Because we are Snohomish County's premier Lennox dealer, we can design a perfect system for you, one that will save you a lot of money on your utility bill. The Lennox Home Comfort System creates the ideal home environment. Enjoy innovation in every season with precise, quietly efficient Lennox heat pumps that keep your life simply perfect. Call GNS Heating, Cooling, and Electric today or visit us at gsheating.com.
Well, we're at 13-point lead for Todd Beamer, 47-34. In the fourth quarter, I'm Mark Ockett with Todd Elvig. Sarah Elvig is here as well. As we wind things down in the second annual Top of the Peak tournament here at Glacier Peak High School. Thank you so much for joining us on STSPN.com. We also say hello to family members throughout the United States and the world if you're catching our action, and as well as coaches and such, players from this tournament as well that might be traveling right now and watching. So hello to you as well, and thank you for all the information you've given me over the past few days as I prepare for the games. 5:34 to go in the fourth quarter, a 13-point lead for Beamer, and handling the basketball is Forks. That's out of bounds, last touch by Kentridge. There's 9 on the shot clock. Halo Parks will get set to inbound. Aaliyah Alexander is there to take the inbound pass from Halo Parks. Here's Alexander, pull-up jumper, yes! Alexander with 14 points in the game. She has 7 in the second half, and there's an interception as Alexander's got it. 16-point lead. This is their biggest lead of the game. And coming at the right time. Coming up on 5 minutes to go exactly right now. Fourth quarter action. Alexander with the basketball, picked up defensively by Lamb. Cross-court pass. Oh! That was a gorgeous shot. Forks for a 3-ball. It's 53-34. 19-point lead. 4:34. Oh, she got a piece of it. Oh, they say that she got a piece of the player. I thought it was all ball. So that is going to go against Trotter. It'll be her 4th foul. 17 fouls against Beamer. And a couple shots coming up. So we've already given out for Beamer Player of the Game awards to Trotter and Alexander. So we have, looking at this here, maybe Halo Parks. Parks has played very well in the tournament. 17-point lead, a foul shot made there. 5 team fouls called against Kentridge, but they're down by 17 points as we start to close in on the midway point of the fourth quarter. Underneath, traveling. Turnovers are even at 15. That gives it back to Kentridge with 4:18 to go. Fourth quarter action. Look at this. Coming through, loses it though. That's going to go to Beamer. Alexander handles the basketball. Lots of time to work with here. 4 minutes in the clock in the quarter. Looking very good for Todd Beamer to run the table in this tournament and win all 3 of them. Foul goes against Kentridge's. That's at mystery player 33 again. Let's see if it's against Kentridge. That would be their 6th foul. No shots. It shots the rest of the way for Kentridge as Beamer's up to 7. Oh, they're going to give it to 12. Denklin, that's her 3rd. Okay. They were delayed trying to make sure they had that right. Beamer with the basketball. Up by 17 points. Last touch by Kentridge. And Alexander, who won the Player of the Game award on Friday, traveling. This game's kind of got a little tinge of ugly here in the last couple of minutes.
Yeah, she jumps up to make that shot, comes down before she makes it.
Up and down, as they can call it in the game. Ooh, stepped out of bounds. Player all over her there, but it's going to go as a turnover against Kentridge. Kentridge came into this with a record of 5-0 in conference play, 9-0 overall. So the way it's going right now, this would be their first loss of the season and ranked up there. Pass over on the far side. Beamer just patient, working the ball. They got big lead to work with, and that's going to be a foul. 2 shots coming up with 3:18 to go in the fourth quarter. Foul is going to be called on Fonum. That is her second foul, 7th team foul, so those are even. Alexander will go to the foul line. She's generally done very well in this tournament from the stripe. If it stays the way it is, we're going to go with Halo Parks as our player of the game for Todd Beamer. She's played very consistently throughout this tournament. Amory Pastores is into the lineup, joining Todd Beamer. Now, last year, Kentridge had a tremendous season, regular season, 18-2, 8-1 in the postseason. We got a timeout, 30-second timeout called. 3:13 left to go, fourth quarter, and a big, big lead for Todd Beamer by 19 points. Up 55-36, tied for their biggest lead in the game on STSPN.com.
Just a reminder, at the conclusion of this game, we will have the champion.
Since 2003, Gamut 360 Holdings has been recognized as a premier local builder of new homes and commercial properties in the Puget Sound area. Our 360-degree construction approach matches first-class materials with the highest construction standards to create truly unique and timeless communities for our Northwest neighborhoods. Visit Gamut360.com and discover the home that matters most to you.
We're back live, 3:18 to go, fourth quarter. 19-point lead for Todd Beamer. The Titans could be well on their way, it looks like, to picking up the victory and the championship in the second annual Top of the Peak tournament here at Glacier Peak High School. Belina off the rim with a three-point attempt. And Alexander, who's played so well, so consistently through this tournament, pulls down the rebound, comes out of backcourt. Picked up defensively by Fonum. But Beamer just content with that big 19-point lead. Might as well just work time off the shot clock. And if you can, work for that great shot. They do right there, and it works.
Oh, my.
That was perfectly designed. It went from Alexander to Parks, handed it, or tossed it right back to Alexander. She buries a 3-ball, a 22-point lead, and this is the biggest lead of the game for Beamer. We got a foul. 2 shots will be coming up. This foul is going to go against Hardwell. It should be her 5th foul, and 2 shots will be coming to Amory Pastores. That is her 5th foul, so she's out. I always like to double check, just in case. I mean, I try really carefully to make sure I get those fouls right, but sometimes they switch them, or, you know what? I might have made a mistake. I'll own up to it if it happens.
I can't imagine that would ever happen.
At the foul line. What, owning up to it? No, yeah, you know, sometimes you, like I like to, when I went down, I went at halftime because I thought I missed who made one of the baskets, and I double-checked. Go down to the scorebook to make sure everything's on the right page. 2:25 to go. 21-point lead. This is Todd Beamer's ball game. They're going to win it with 2:16 to go in the fourth quarter, and they will be the champions. There's no way that Kentridge is coming back down by 7 possessions, and especially that adds to it with the foul. Belina called for her 4th foul, but still, great start for the Kentridge Chargers. 9-0 beginning. A victory would take Beamer to 8-2. So both these teams in their 10th game of the season is the halfway point of the regular season. Now they really start digging into league play. Alexander gets the foul shot. And she has a total of 7 in the quarter, 19 in the game. That's her average per game. So she's right at it. Chance to extend it a tad right here with 2:09 to go in the fourth quarter. Each team with 18 fouls. Alexander connects. And it's a 23-point lead at 60-37. So these last 3 have turned out to be one-sided blowouts. The first one had that written all over it until Lake Stevens literally did a full transformation during a quarter timeout between quarters, 3 and 4, and they came out and exploded to come back in that big victory in overtime, start things off against Eastlake. That foul is going to go against Kentridge. Paul Schiffer called for her 3rd foul. We got shots coming up. Brooklyn Humphrey is at the line, makes the first one. Yeah, Todd, who'd have thought that was Lake Stevens was really struggling in that first game. That's really been the best game of the day so far. No doubt about it, as they were down 38-24 at the end of the 3rd quarter, and they just came out like a house of fire in that 4th quarter and forced it to overtime, tied at 51, then won it against Eastlake, 64-57.
Well, that was the thing about also the Glacier Peak game. They were down by 19 at the half. They came back and went ahead in the 4th. And
that was yesterday, right? Or
no, that was the first day.
Oh, Friday. First day on Friday. Yeah, okay.
And then wound up losing it by 3, I think.
Ouch. Handling the basketball, Williams, the mysterious number 33, all over her. 1:30 to go in the 4th quarter. Beamer up by 25. She almost got that one to drop. Paul Schiffer with the rebound, outlet pass left side to Molina, drives the lane. Oh, slick move. Look at that. That's really nice inside move right there. And with 1:15 to go in the 4th quarter, we have a timeout on STSPN.com.
We are frustrated with the high cost of heating and cooling our homes. At G&S, we are completely changing the way you keep your home comfortable. Our Mitsubishi electric cooling and heating system allows you to control the temperature in each room separately, all of which can be controlled from your smartphone or tablet. And because we are the mini split experts here.
1 minute and 15 seconds left in the national championship.
Welcome back, 4th quarter action. Todd Beamer on their way to a victory and championship in the 2nd annual Top of the Peak tournament. We'd have to have like a team with a duck or goose mascot to be Top of the Beak. 1 minute to go, 4th quarter, and Williams just grinding some time out on the clock. Passes up high to Humphrey. 3 in the key has been called. 3 seconds called against Beamer. And Todd, you're also going to be involved in doing some Shoreline Community College basketball. I'll have a hand in that too. And then NWAC tournament. This is your 5th year in a row, correct?
It is.
Over at Everett Community College, and that is really
32 games in 6 days.
That's amazing. Over 2 weekends, right?
That's correct.
Play a lot of basketball in that stretch. 38 seconds left to go, 4th quarter. 16 seconds on the shot clock as we get closer and closer to wrapping this up and crowning a champion. Picked off, that's Trotter. She's had a great game. Remember, she won player of the game in game number 2, and we'd like to spread them out. So we're going to go with Halo Parks as our player of the game. We may not be able to interview her because they're awarding the championship down on the court, but at least we'll make sure she gets a player of the game t-shirt. 12 seconds on the shot clock, 16 on the quarter clock, and that one's going to come loose. The clock just decided to go off on its own. That means nothing. Way off, and that's it. That's the end of the game. Final score, Todd Beamer, Titans 62, Kentridge Chargers 39. Kentridge only gets 8 points in that 4th quarter. Todd Beamer coming through with 19. A very consistent performance for them tonight. 16, 7, 20, and 19 in their scoring in the quarters. 2, 13, 8, and 8 for Kentridge. As Kentridge loses for the first time this year, Beamer improves to 8 and 2. Kentridge drops to 9 and 1. Both very, very good North Puget Sound League teams. And they will move on. We're going to have the handing out, looks like, of the T-shirts.
Ladies and gentlemen, if we could get the championship team.
As they get set to go, I think we'll
Yeah,
go ahead and just wrap it up,
Yep.
huh? Yeah. So again, final score, 62-39. Beamer wins it. Fans, followers, listeners, viewers, thank you so much for being a part of this, the second annual Top of the Peak tournament. They'll do it again coming up in December of next year. Make sure to stay with STSPN.com all season long as we move right through the regular season, high school basketball, community college with Shoreline, and then the Northwest Athletic Conference tournament. 6 days, 32 games coming up in March. Yeah, Mark Ockett for Todd Elbig and Sarah Elbig and Jeff Matson saying winning is for today. Sportsmanship is for a lifetime. Take care and have a great rest of your day. Happy New Year!